All right, we'll look at a failure of the oil pan gasket, a couple of places. Right here on the pickup, a little separation there towards the interior. A little separation right here. Coming down the line, not too bad. On this side, a little separation there. Coming around here. And failure point there. Major failure point there. Failure point there. And back to the beginning. And all four corners have areas of RTV in order to seal up locations on the underside here where things don't quite come together. There's one there, and there's one of those in each corner. And so those RTV areas on the gasket that came off with the gasket also look to have failed, so we'll be replacing all of that. Here's a good comparison of the stock oil pan gasket from the 96 that we looked at before and the new oil pan gasket. This is a new style. I understand this to be what Dodge switched to later in the Gen 2 life cycle, and this is a aluminum gasket in the middle there with obviously the actual gasket material on either side to seal it up. So it's a little bit thicker, completely different design, and hoping that holds up a whole lot better. I couldn't find the stock gasket available anymore, and I think that's probably fine. Everybody's moved over to this one, and even these are pretty hard to find. But we'll get that installed now and get that RTV up in those little spots underneath and tighten it all up. All right, here we are with a couple lines of RTV. The high temp stuff, protecting those spots that the gasket can't quite seal on its own. So we got those in there. We got the whole pile of little bolts here. A couple of these came out with a little RTV stuck in the threads and to the tips of these. Very likely somebody was trying to fix this by just putting some RTV in there, thinking that gasket was just leaking around to a bolt hole and they could fix it that way. Obviously not the case. It didn't really work. So won't be doing that again here. Everything should be nicely sealed up. We got that all taken care of. All right, totally complete here. And all torqued down, 95 inch-pounds all around. And as I was cleaning up, I remembered that I totally forgot to replace the oil filter. So we got the old one coming out, new one here. Always get in the habit of writing date and mileage down on here, just to make sure I got that recorded somewhere. And using the official Viper specific oil filter, this one a relic from before Fiat got involved, during that intermediate period there. But yeah, we'll get that put on and the job will be nearly done. The gasket maker, that RTV stuff, they recommend waiting 24 hours before putting it under load. I mean, there's not much here, so I don't think it's that huge of a deal, but just so happens I'm not driving this thing tonight, so we will have no problem waiting that 24-hour period. But we're all torqued down now. And that should conclude this project. We'll check back and see if there are any leaks anywhere afterwards. I really hope not. I highly doubt it, but you know, be thorough. Yeah, that should do it.